Halo 5 Guardians or Halo Reach. Hey guys, I'm DividableHalo HD. Welcome back to another episode of Thoughts and Opinions. Before we continue, I'd like to apologize for the lack of videos. I've lost my voice in basically last week, and I've been trying to somewhat gain it back. I can't really go into my high-pitched voice because of the sickness. But yeah, anyways, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be discussing the topic of Halo 5 versus Halo Reach. Now, a lot of people have requested this topic to be redone now that Halo 5 Guardians has Forge, and now that Halo Reach is on the backwards compatibility. So a lot of things has happened since basically the last video, which was 1 month before Halo Reach backwards compatibility was available and before Halo 5 Forge was available. Now, we're going to basically be pointing out the main things. We're not going to dive into the other topics which I discussed before, such as what we're going to really do is we're going to talk about basically the main things that have came out, since basically those are the main game changer things. Now, my opinion still stands, because this is another thoughts and opinion. I believe that Halo 5 Guardians is still better for clans. Because, honestly, there's a lot of stuff that came out with Forge, and what happened with backwards compatibility is another thing that I'll discuss later on. Now, with Halo 5 Guardians Forge, we basically were introduced to a lot of things, and a lot of things were just amazing, in fact. So, a lot of people were actually complaining when Halo 5 Guardians Forge came out. Basically, they were complaining, saying that, it was kind of hard to basically understand, and it was way too complicated for people that were used to basically Halo MCC, Halo Reach, and Halo 4's basically layout of how they do Forge. Now, yes, it was complicated to understand, but after seeing all the amazing things that were created so far on Halo 5, I'm gonna say it's basically safe to say that Halo 5 Guardians Forge is just amazing. Now, honestly, there's a lot of stuff that were just added to Halo 5 for the Forge. There was basically the mechanics of opening doors and closing it. From what I understood, that was in the development for Halo Reach, but the time was pushed, so it didn't get included, and then I guess it was just forgot about for Halo 4 and Halo MCC. So one of the main things was basically the control panels, and obviously opening doors and closing it is something that a lot of people could use to create machinimas and whatnot. But as it comes for basically Halo clans, a lot of people have been using it in raids for the main entrance and to get into the base. Now, it's a bit complicated, however, it's a bit complicated when you're raiding a base that has a door like this. Now, my clan personally has basically all doors, or pretty much has doors on our raid maps, and we do understand that it's difficult to get inside the base. However, it is not impossible. We've raided a few other maps that basically had it, and we understand the struggle. However, the door can provide basically an advantage, where you could basically rally up behind the door, open it, and then just swarm in. Whereas Halo Reach, you basically had an open door, or even Halo 4, you had an open door, and it was just, you guys could literally just stand at the door and just wait. So, Halo 5 Forge has provided a lot of raid maps, and there were a lot of interesting raid maps so far. Halo Reach obviously had a lot of the maps that a lot of people love to use. It had like an open world Forge world. Now, Halo 5 Guardians has pretty much 3 Forge worlds, and so far from what I've experienced, every Forge world so far has provided a great raid map. It's pretty open, you could add trees and you could add cover and whatnot. However, there are a few things that basically you need to add for raid rules when it comes to doing raids on Halo 5 Guardians, since the mechanics of the game is a lot more fast paced, and a lot of the weapons are pretty powerful compared to Halo Reach. So there are a lot of things that have to be added in for rules, in my opinion, when it comes to doing raids on Halo 5 Guardians. But other than that, Halo 5 Guardians is just amazing, and it just improved Halo overall. And this is just counting like custom games and other activities and other pretty much B2B maps that people were able to create. Now let's move on to Halo Reach. Halo Reach basically was something that a lot of people said was going to grow once again in the community now that backwards compatibility would be on the Xbox One. However, there is the biggest problem with the backwards compatibility Halo Reach. Now, a lot of people might experience it, a lot of people might not, but one of the biggest ones was the frame rate. A lot of people basically said that the frame rate had dropped all the way from, I believe, I don't actually recall the original frame rate. However, it went down all the way to basically 20 frames per second. Some people basically don't mind it, I believe, and honestly could still play the game, because the game is not a fast-paced game whatsoever. However, a lot of people have been complaining that it's kind of like, I guess you would say, it was laggy and it was choppy. And I'm pretty sure a lot of the channels, or a lot of basically channels over on YouTube basically can agree with me when, or basically have already brought up the topic on basically how Halo Reach backwards compatibility is choppy and whatnot. So far in the Halo clan community, we've seen a major growth within Halo 5 Guardians. There are a lot more clans coming to Halo 5. There was obviously a lot more superpower clans that were already on, or I guess you'd say a lot more bigger clans that were on Halo 5 already. And it's just more clans are just swarming in now that it's after Christmas and everybody is getting Halo 5 or getting an Xbox One. As for the people that are on Halo Reach right now, it's kind of the people that can't afford an Xbox One or Halo 5. That, or they didn't get it for Christmas or whatnot. Now, there's a whole argument that basically people could have saved up for the Xbox One by now if they basically started from day one. However, that's just another thing. That's just, I don't know, it's just something that I find a bit, I guess it lacks an argument, I would say. So for people that are still on Halo Reach, honestly, I think that they don't have the money to afford this. So that's just the main problem in total. Other than that, Halo 5 Guardians so far has provided a lot for clans. Halo Reach is kind of just people that can't afford it, I guess, or are just afraid to move on, or they can't really, I don't know, maybe it's just they don't like the structure of Halo 5 Guardians. Anyways, leave it down in the comments below. This video is quite short, so I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys have any other topics you want me to talk about, leave it down in the comments below. But other than that, I'm DividableHalo HD, and I'll talk to you guys all later. Bye.